Am I late to making this video? Yes. Do I care? No. Am I doing this for fun at the end of the day? Heck yes. Hello everybody, this is Demo Jackson here. And today I am doing a review of Five Nights at Freddy's coming into Dead by Daylight. I am looking forward to this so very much, as you can hear my excitement without even seeing my face. This is gonna be a good, actually it's gonna be a good anniversary chapter, as this chapter, I'm assuming, will be releasing as the 9th year anniversary chapter. Five Nights at Freddy's is the #1 most requested license to come into Dead by Daylight, which brings in a lot of good vibes and brings in a lot of bad vibes. The good vibes is that everybody wanted it. It's gonna be probably the best chapter to ever come to Dead by Daylight, no matter how good or bad it is, because, again, it's FNAF. People are gonna eat it up, even if it's just mediocre. Like, you know, we'll just say you go to a restaurant and you get food and it's alright, but you're still gonna come back anyway. It's kind of like that. Or if it's amazing the next time, you're still gonna come back. It's like, no matter how good or mediocre, as long as it's not super bad, it's gonna be fine. But honestly, I don't think it's gonna be super bad or mediocre. I think it's gonna be at least gonna be a good chapter, if not a great chapter. Mostly because this is Dead by Daylight we're talking about. Behavior can do some goofy things sometimes, but I do believe that they will be able to make this chapter pretty amazing at the end of the day. Now, power-wise, I have no idea what the power will be, but I still trust Behavior that they're going to make a good power for this. And, probably not something like me, who I am pretty sure it's going to be either one like the Unknown, where there's already, like, animatronic Springtraps throughout the map, like a max 2 or 3 of them, where the killer Springtrap can transfer his soul to each of these animatronics and can roam around the map, or around the realm. Whenever he wants to, after a little cooldown, probably like 30-60 seconds, he will be able to transfer to another body if he wants to. Or it's going to be the more very unlikely one, where every time a generator is completed, there'll be an animatronic around the map who turns on. For example, like if there's goes from 5 to 4, Bonnie will turn on and roam the map looking for survivors, and then once we get down to 3 generators, Chica awakes, 2, Foxy, 1, Freddy, and then Golden Freddy, who will be more of like a rare or kind of add-on sort of deal, but who knows at that point. I'm just going to assume it's neither one of those, because I do believe both of those options are pretty boring. Well, one's boring and one's super overpowered and will make the killer just super strong, like an AS tier, just because there's going to be the killer plus like 4 other animatronic bots on the map, which we don't need more bot killers because we already have Knight, who has the guards, and we have Nemesis with his zombie attack. But other than that, I should not be making I probably will make a concept video for this, but I'm gonna need more time to cook my my concept. But anyway, let's talk about some of the negative side, which is probably not as negative as I think it's going to be, but, you know, it's still something I want to talk about. So, first off, we have the fact that there are a bunch of people talking about how a bunch of 10-year-olds will buy Dead by Daylight to play it because Springtrap's in the game. Now, one, it's probably not going to be as bad as people think it is. There may be a few people who might complain that their favorite killer, aka Springtrap, will need some buffs because he's too weak, but they'll just need to learn to get better at the killer after about 500 hours or so. Then they should be getting better at this killer. And 2, the fact that we have to wait over 10 months at this point as of making this video to see this chapter come into release is actually outstanding. I'm gonna be excited to wait for 10 months to see this chapter. Like, I understand why they're releasing it very early, because people will try to leak it, but at the same time, I do feel like, I mean, on one hand, it's like, even if it was leaked, people will and won't believe it at the same time, because a lot of people will say take it with a grain of salt until Behavior confirms it themselves. But at that point, it's like, people are already considering it with a little bit of grain of salt that it's coming into the game, so even if you reveal it, it might not be as hyped as it was. But it's like, it feels feels like waiting 10 months, revealing it 10, 11 months early is kind of like, holy crap, it's coming. It is coming. But at the same time, it's coming at a snail's pace, so it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. Maybe these next 10, 11 months will fly by, but at the same time, I do not want 10 months of my life to fly by. I don't mind waiting 10 months as long as this chapter comes out very, very amazing at the end of the day. I do not mind waiting. Now, another thing that's in the negative side is the way that Behavior might end up releasing this killer, because I would love Behavior to at least release this killer with cosmetics like Bonnie, Chica, Freddy, Foxy, and Golden Freddy, at least on release. I mean, there are tons of other cosmetics like the toy animatronics, or maybe the fun time animatronics, or maybe even the Glamrox, but I don't even know at this point. But I'm just saying there's plenty of other animatronic cosmetics you can add, but starting with the first 5 will be probably #1 priority for me. And if they don't come out on release, if not come out within the first couple months after the release of Springtrap, because I understand if those 5 animatronics will not come out as soon as this chapter is released, is fine. I mean, as long as they can release like Springtrap as the default vanilla look for the killer, and then maybe like a Spring Bonnie as like a you know, an ultra rare cosmetic or something like that, or like one of the iridescent cosmetics, or maybe something like Fredbear or something like that would be great. Now, one comment I saw was how they said how like, well, I mean, one comment that somebody that I don't remember said was that they don't want to see the original 5 animatronics be put into the game because it wouldn't make sense, as I mean the children's souls that aren't really it wouldn't make sense for them just to kill random survivors, though we have seen time and time again about theories about the entity manipulating certain killers to believe the survivors are people that the killers hate, like Deathslinger. It's Deathslinger and Spirit are being manipulated to believe that the survivors are either for like Spirit, the father, or for Deathslinger, the sheriff. I think the jail sheriff dude who hired him and was like betrayed him or something like that. I'm not really too much into the lore, but those are just examples. But it's just, at the end of the day, it's whatever. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm very excited to see this chapter come into this game. One more thing before I head out, because I don't want to make this video too long, and it's already getting a little bit there. The last thing I wanted to mention was the fact that this is the biggest license that is most requested, but the issue is now that it's coming to the game, that's pretty much going to take out a lot, in my opinion. Like, if you guys remember, if you were here 2 years ago doing the survey where Behavior asked what licenses do we most want to see, I think this was in 2022. In the top 3, here's the picture right now, but I don't have it pulled up for me personally, but #1 was Five Nights at Freddy's, #2 was Friday the 13th, #3 was Alien, #4 was Slenderman, and #5 was It, I believe. But now that we have FNAF coming in, that's gone. Then we have Xenomorph in, that's gone. So then that will leave the top 3 being Friday the 13th, Slenderman, and It. Now, I will be making a video talking about this, like this topic, in a future video, probably next week. But I just wanted to give my opinion that I feel like all the big licenses other than Friday the 13th are now basically in the game. So once Friday the 13th enters the roster, there will literally be no more big licenses. I mean, sure, people want Slenderman and It, but once again, that's just how it is. So anyway, without wasting any more of your guys' time, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And are you guys excited? Because you know I am. I can't wait to see what's to come up in the future. So, this has been Demo Jackson, moonwalking out of this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video once again, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Hee hee! Ow!